And welcome back to the hot stage. So, we have the ERC winners. If your name is Dapra, you were in Italy, there's a good chance you won the European Rally Championship round number 3 and are looking quite well. It was a very interesting round, wasn't it? So, this is how the Drivers' Championships actually stand, though. And on 48 points is Teemu Suninen. And we've got Basso on number 2. 45, it's looking close between those two, and Andrea Mabellini in third on 33 points. But big congrats to Dapra. It wasn't looking that obvious, was it? At the beginning of the rally, he snuck down a stage through, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about in relation to this rally. First of all, Roberto Daprà claiming the break is his breakthrough ERC victory in Rome. He scored his first ever FIA European Rally Championship win with victory at Rally di Roma Capitale after controlling Sunday's final leg, and it wasn't really mature. He kept his cool. He started Sunday with ultimately what was a 20.2 second lead, extending it to 25 seconds by winning that opening stage. And then he managed the rest of the stages carefully, using full on that 25 second advantage, which I don't want whittled down, probably the wrong word, but it went down to 13.8. And the 25-year-old became the 8th former junior ERC champion to graduate to win an ERC rally outright. Well done to him. He said himself, it was demanding today, very stressful. Anything can happen. We managed to win, which I thought was, these are the scenes. On the opening day, absolutely magical. These were round number 3, and I believe this is the full result, winning by 13.8 seconds as well. And it was a Skoda 1, 2, 3, 4 where Bonato, the Lancia, I can't, and Mabellini 8th and Rossell 9th. Now, bear in mind, Mabellini, Rossell, these are the people that are in the WRC too. So it shows you how good the European Rally Championship competition is. So you have to wonder, I would love a couple of WRC drivers at the top level to go in and have a go, to see, think they're quite good. And also Mr. Dapra winning the most stage wins with 4. That's going to really set him up well, I think, going into next year. Fingers crossed. I know it's all about budgets and stuff, but the winning tyre, we're going to talk about the winning tyre in a bit. We most certainly are. But let's be talking about that championship, because the other big story, the other big take coming out of this round is Suninen takes the championship lead. He finished just 0.5 seconds ahead of what ultimately was third place. That result moves him 4 points clear at the top of the provisional ERC calendars in round number 3, or 3 points top. There was a fight for the podium. There was heat and drama. Sunday's stages featured smoother asphalt than Saturday, but temperatures remained. We're having quite the summer here in Europe, extremely high, creating a demanding test for both driver and machine. Several others did quite well. Emil Johnson claimed 24th. Climbed from 24th after Friday's Colosseum Super Special to finish 6th, so well done to him. Pablo Saudan finished 7th, Mabellini came home 8th, Russell finished 9th, and defending champion Markic completed the top 10. But what happened to the favourites? Well, several contenders suffered setbacks, didn't they? And I'm going to try and find, do we have one of the setbacks? Yes, we've got one of the setbacks here. Crew OK. Crugnola, one of the former leaders, here we go, just stuffs it into the scenery. Look at that. Yeah. Completely the wrong way round. Too much bananas on the throttle. It looked like too much, and easily done, isn't it? Easily done on these rallies. We've got a slow-mo of it. He's coming around this corner. I'm not sure whether he takes. It's a bit too green. I don't know. No, I think he's just going in. He's got the vehicle a tiny. He didn't get it in the best position, and then out the rally, which was kind of like bit heartbreaking, really, wasn't it, for the poor guy? So the biggest story from Rome, though, was not just Dapra's victory. I think it was what it represents: a former junior ERC graduate defeating an ultra competitive Rally 2 field. It reinforces the European Rally Championship, the ERC's reputation as one of the strongest proving grounds in world rallying. And I say world rallying, just not European rallying, because it does. The championship continues to showcase emerging talent. Hello, John Armstrong, for example, with unpredictable winners and close competition. I'd argue that it's more entertaining than the WRC, while Teemu Suninen's consistency has now put him at the top of the title race heading into Poland, which is going to be round number 4. Now, what I would like to talk about also is the rally winning tyre, Pirelli. Yes, they do have a tyre championship here, something that I really wish the WRC would do. Pirelli on 142, Michelin on 115, MRF tyres on 99, and you look all the way down in fourth in the tyre championship for the European Rally Championship after round 3, and Hankook are sadly on 94. Why, oh why are they? Well, as we know, the Hankooks have come under much criticism, and they have. They're in their second year in the WRC. The ERC, as we know, had that championship in which Pirelli leads, and Roma. Let's say there weren't too many punctures. Tarmac doesn't really get that many punctures, but Hankook, well, was it Hankook that stole Timo Schulter's ERC for potential victory as well? Now, from the other teams, I think a puncture for Will Crichton as well at some point. But Julian Porter did a really interesting interview with Johan Russell. And although I'm not going to be, and this is from my colleague Chris, who sent me an email, and although I can't give it to you word for word, you got these stage end interviews. Sometimes they're very the same. I was slow in the super special, etc., etc., etc. But Lancia did an interesting strategy with 5 works cars, Royal Grayson and Hankook, because that's what they have in the WRC. Part of me wonders if that's actually in their contract. The Italian Crognolo and Mabellini were on Pirelli because they are Italians naturally, and finally Bonatto on Michelin. But they asked Johan Russell, why he was at the wrong end of the top 10. He said, "We are testing here, nothing else." But then Julian was like, "But why are you slower than the other Lancias? Do you talk to these guys?" And Russell said, "Yes, not only talk. Before the event, we tested together and swapped tyres. With this tyre against Pirelli and Michelin, no chance. Absolutely no chance." And that's when he's talking about the Hankook tyres. So just to state that, Johan Russell on the Hankook tyres, and he said with the Lancia on the Hankook tyres, his other teammates are on both the Pirelli and the Michelin, and he basically said with the Hankook tyres he's got no chance of beating other people in the same car, suggesting that the Hankook tyres aren't the best. And that's one of the other hot takes, the very much hot takes coming out of the ERC. Remember, well done, Roberto Daprà. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on your first ERC win. Hang your head high, hang your head proud. But until then, we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. If you did make it to the end, please consider giving us a subscribe. But as I said, until then, stay safe and stay sideways.